I'm going to explain the solution of tooth sheet 4. This tooth sheet 4 is based on Laplace transform. In question number 1, we have to find the Laplace transform of the following functions. Now just see question number 1, part 1. This is our ft, which is e to the power t when t lying between 0 and 1, and when t is greater than 1 it is 0. We have to find out the Laplace transform of it. Since we know that Laplace transform of any function is the integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st ft dt. Now we split the integral going from 0 to 1 and 1 to infinity, and we will substitute the value of the function. Simplify this integral, we get the value of Laplace of ft. Similarly, in the second part, your ft is this one. Apply the definition of Laplace transform. Now split the integral from 0 to 1, the value of the function is 4. From 1 to infinity, the value of the function is 3. Just simplify these integrals, substitute the limits. You will get the Laplace transform of this function. Now third part, just see Laplace of ft we have to find, where ft is 4t square plus sine 3t plus e to the power 2t. Since we know that Laplace satisfy the linearity property, so we can take the Laplace of t square sine 3t and e to the power t. So it will be 4 times Laplace of t square t to the power n. The Laplace of t to the power n is n factorial upon s to the power n plus 1. So here it will be 2 factorial upon s to the power 3. The Laplace of sine at is a upon s square plus a square. So here it is 3 upon s square plus 9. Laplace of e to the power at is 1 over s minus a. So this will be 1 over s minus 2. So this is the Laplace of the third part. Similarly, we can find out the Laplace of the fourth one. Again, Laplace satisfy the linearity property. So we can find the Laplace of 1, then 2 square root of 2t plus 3 square root of t. So now just see what is the Laplace of 1. It is 1 by s. The Laplace of t to the power half is gamma of half plus 1 upon s to the power alpha plus 1, right? So here alpha is half, so we can use the recurrence relation. Gamma of half plus 1 can be written as half into gamma of half, and the value of gamma half is square root of pi. So simplify this. Similarly over here, simplify this, you get the Laplace transform of this function. Now in the second part, we have to determine the Laplace transform of the following functions. So here we have to find out the Laplace of e to the power at into some ft. So we will use the first shifting theorem. First shifting theorem says that whenever we have to find out the Laplace of e to the power at into ft, we will find out the Laplace of ft first, and then we replace s with s minus a. We shift the s with s minus a. So first of all, we find out the Laplace of t to the power 4. That will be 4 factorial upon s to the power 5. Then using the first shifting theorem, we get the Laplace transform of this function. So we replace s with s plus 3. So this is the Laplace of this function. Similarly, in the second part, first of all, find out the Laplace of cos 5t, sin 5t. Simplify this. And then using the first shifting theorem, we replace s with s plus 3. Here it should be s plus 3. I have written wrong over here. This s should be replaced with s plus 3. It's not s minus 5, it is s plus 3, because e to the power at, here a is minus 3, so it should be plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, right? Similarly, in the third part, we have to find out the Laplace of e to the power minus at into t to the power n minus 1 upon n minus 1 factorial. So first of all, we find out the Laplace of t to the power n minus 1 upon n minus 1 factorial, and that is this one. And after that, using the first shifting theorem, replace s with s plus a. Similarly, in the fourth part, our ft is sine 2t into cos t, but we don't know the Laplace of the product of two functions. So here we will apply the formula. We can divide and multiply with 2, and we can use the formula 2 sine a cos b. Open this and then find out the Laplace of it. And then by using the first shifting theorem, replace s with s minus 4. Similarly, in the fifth part, in the question number 3, we have to find out the Laplace of t into ft. So in question number 3, we have to apply this formula, that Laplace of t to the power n into ft is minus 1 to the power n into the nth derivative of the function with respect to s. So we will find out the Laplace of ft first. Here it is multiplied with t only, so we have to take first derivative only with negative sign. So first we find out the Laplace of it and then take its derivative. That will be the Laplace of t into ft. Similarly, in the second part, t square, it means we have to take 2 times derivative. So first we find out the Laplace of cos at and take its 2 times derivative. Similarly, in the third part, first we will find out the Laplace of e to the power 3t, which is 1 over s minus 3. Now take its 2 times derivative. Similarly, in the fourth one, we have to find out the Laplace of e to the power 3t into sine t. So in that case, we will use the first shifting theorem. First we find out the Laplace of sine t, which is 1 over s square plus 1, and then we replace s with s minus 3. So that will be the Laplace of this function. Now we will apply the rule that Laplace of t into ft is minus time derivative of fs. So this is the Laplace of this. In question number 4, we have to find out the Laplace of the functions ft by t form. Here the limit t approaching to 0 should exist. Then we can find out the Laplace of ft by t, and that is the integral s going from the integral of fs going from s to infinity. So first of all, we'll find out the Laplace of ft. So ft is 1 minus e to the power minus t. So this will be 1 over s minus 1 over s plus 1. Then Laplace of ft by t is the integral. So we use this formula, simplify this, we get the Laplace of this. Similarly, in the second part, third part and fourth part, here the function is 1 minus cos t, and then use the formula ft by t, sine hyperbolic t, then use the formula similarly e to the power minus t sine t. Here we will use first shifting theorem also, and then we will apply ft by t. Now question number 5, determine the Laplace transform of the following function. As we know that the Laplace transform of the integral 0 to t fu du is the Laplace of ft divided by s. It is fs by s. So we will use this formula, right? We have to find out the Laplace of ft, means we have to find out the Laplace of t cube into e to the power minus 3t, which is this one. Okay. So by using the first shifting theorem, so the Laplace of the integral will be fs by s. Similarly, in the second part, in the third part, in the fourth part, here in the fourth part, we have to find out the Laplace of f dash t, where ft is this one. So since we know that the Laplace of f dash t is s time fs minus f at 0, so we can find out the Laplace of ft and we can substitute over here, and then we can find out the value of the function at 0, and we can simplify this, we get the Laplace of f dash t. Similarly, in the case of sine t by t. Now just see question number 6, we have to evaluate, we have to show that this integral is ln 2 by 3. Since we know that the Laplace of this function is the integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st into this function. So if you compare these two integral, we will see that here there is no s, so we can put s to be 0. So we can find out the Laplace of it, and at last we can put s to be 0. After simplifying, we get the right hand side. Similarly, in the second part, here we can put s to be 3, and we can consider the function to be t into sine t. So first of all, we find out the Laplace of t into sine t. Then we replace, at the end, we replace s with 3. So that will be the value of the integral, right? Similarly, in the third part, we can consider this as a complete ft. We can find out the Laplace of that, and last we can put s to be 0, right? So in that way we can find out the value of integral of this function. In question number 7, we have to find out the inverse Laplace transform of the following functions. inverse Laplace transform is the inverse operator, you can say. So here we are having the function in S, and after taking inverse Laplace transform we have to find out the function in T, ft. We have to find out ft. So in the first part, this is 2s minus 5 upon s square minus 9. We can separate 2s upon s square minus 9 and 5 upon s square minus 9. And now we can find out its inverse. This is the inverse of cos hyperbolic 3t. Here we have to divide and multiply with 3. So we can take 5 by 3 to be outside, and this is the Laplace of inverse of sine hyperbolic 3t. So this is the Laplace inverse of this function. In the second part, we first open this square and then we can separate the terms, and then we can find out the Laplace inverse. In the third part, we can make the complete square. We can write s square plus 6s plus 9 plus 4, right? And we can divide and multiply with 2. This is a Laplace of sine 2t, but here s is replaced with s plus 3. It means by using first shifting theorem, it is multiplied with e to the power minus 3t. Similarly, in the fourth part, we can open the square and then we can separate the terms, and then we can take Laplace inverse. In the fifth part also. In the sixth part, again we have to make a complete square in the denominator, and we have to consider the terms separately. Since here s is shifted with s minus 2, so in the numerator also we have to make s minus 2, and 1 is the constant. So using the first shifting, it will be the Laplace of e to the power 2t and cos 3t, and it is the Laplace of sine 3t into e to the power 2t, because in both terms your s is replaced with s minus a. So here e to the power 8 is multiplied with the function. Similarly, in the seventh part, you have to find out the Laplace inverse of this. Again, you can separate the terms s and constant, and you can divide and multiply with the constant term, and you can find out the Laplace inverse. So first is the Laplace of cos function, and the second term is the Laplace of sine function. Similarly, the eighth part, you can separate all the terms and then you can find out the Laplace inverse. Now just see question number 7th part 9th. We have to find out the Laplace inverse of ln s plus 3 upon s plus 5. In these type of cases where we are given some ln, tan in these type of functions, we will first find out the derivative. We can write this as ln s plus 3 minus ln s plus 5, and we can find its derivative. We get 1 over s plus 3 minus 1 over s plus 5. Now we will take the Laplace inverse to both sides. So this is the Laplace of e to the power minus 3t, this is the Laplace of e to the power minus 5t, and the Laplace inverse of f dash s will be minus t times ft. Since we know that the Laplace of t into ft is minus times f dash s, so the Laplace inverse of f dash s will be minus t into ft. So we get minus t into ft as this. You can take the minus t term to this side, you will get ft, and that is the Laplace inverse of this term. Similarly, in the 10th part, we have to find out the Laplace inverse of 1 over s tan inverse 1 upon s. We can write this as fs upon s, and we know that the Laplace inverse of fs by s is the integral 0 to t fu du. So we have to find out fu, and that is our fs. That is the inverse of fs. So we consider ft to be as Laplace inverse of fs, which is this one. So we have to find out the Laplace inverse of this. Again, we can find out its derivative. That comes out to be this one, and we know that Laplace inverse of f dash s is minus t times ft. We can find out the Laplace inverse of it. It is minus of sine t. This minus minus is cancel out. You get the value of ft. Now you can substitute the value of ft over here. That will be the Laplace of the inverse of this function, right? So the Laplace inverse of this one is this one. In 11th part, we can use this property fs by s by s. So we can take 2 times integral and we can find out the ft. In 11th part, 12th part also, we can apply first shifting, and we can apply Laplace inverse of t to the power alpha, we get this thing. In question number 8, we have to solve the following differential equation using the Laplace transform. The first is y dash plus y is equal to cos 2t under the condition y at 0 is 1. So the procedure is, first of all we take Laplace to both sides. The Laplace of y dash is sys minus y at 0. Laplace of y is ys. Laplace of cos 2t is s upon s square plus 4. Now we can divide by this, right? And now we can find out the Laplace inverse. So we can use convolution, or we can make the partial fractions over here and we can find out the Laplace inverse like this, right? We can make partial fraction and then we can find out Laplace inverse, we get yt. Similarly, in the second part, we are having the second order differential equation under the two conditions. So this is initial value problem. First of all, take Laplace to both sides, simplify it, and then take Laplace inverse, we get yt. Similarly, in the third part, here we are having the boundary value problem. Here we are having the boundary conditions at 0 and at pi by 2. But when you take Laplace to both sides, we have a term y prime at 0 also. So we will assume that y prime at 0 is k, is some constant, arbitrary constant k. After simplifying, we get yt, but now we have to find out the value of this k. So we put this condition, which is the boundary condition, that at pi by 2 the value of y is minus 1. So when you put t to be pi by 2, you will get the value of k to be minus 5. Now you can put over here, that is the solution of this boundary value problem. Similarly, in the fourth part, again we are given the boundary value problem. So we can put y prime to be some k. We can simplify this, and at last we can put this boundary condition that y at pi by 2 is 1, and we can find out the value of k. So that will be the solution of this differential equation. Now just see the last question. Check the sufficient condition, piecewise continuity and exponential order for the existence of Laplace transform following function. Right? So piecewise continuity means we can break the interval into finite subintervals, and over each finite subinterval the function attains the finite discontinuity. Finite jump discontinuity means the left limit is not same as that right limit, but both are finite, right? But if you find out the limit of the function sine t upon t at t is equal to 0, we get 0 by 0 form. So we can apply the L'Hopital rule and we get this is cos t upon 1, which is after taking t tending to 0, we get it is 1, which is the finite value. And except 0, at every other point our function is already continuous. So this function is piecewise continuous on this interval. Also we can check the exponential order condition by finding the limit t tending to infinity ft upon e to the power alpha t. Here ft is sin t upon t, e to the power alpha t. Now since sin t is having some constant value, so when you take t tending to infinity, you get this is 0. So this function is of exponential order also. So the Laplace transform of this function exists. Now you consider the second function. Again e to the power t and t both are continuous function except at 0. So we have to find out the limit t tending to 0 from positive side. Since e to the power t is e to the power 2t is when you put t to be 0, you get this is 1 upon 0, which is infinity. So it is not of piecewise continuous because we are having the limit as infinity, not finite value. However, this is of exponential order. Similarly, sin t upon t cube, this function is continuous except at t is equal to 0. When we find out the limit, we get infinity. So it is not piecewise continuous. However, it is of exponential order. Similarly, the fourth part, e to the power t square, we know that this is continuous function for every t, but in this case it is not of exponential order because when you find out the limit as t approaching to infinity, ft upon e to the power alpha t, we are having infinity. It's not finite value, so this function is not of exponential order. Now the last part, e to the power minus t square, clearly it is continuous, clearly it is of exponential order alpha, so we can find out the Laplace transform of this function. So this function satisfy the sufficient condition for the existence of the Laplace transform. So with this, tute sheet 4 is completed.